Imagine you're hanging out at home when a group of foreigners come along, and at first they pretend to be nice and friendly. They offer gifts and they try to talk to you, but then all of a sudden things change and they try to kidnap some of your loved ones. That's what happened to Arabanoo. And after he was captured in Manly Cove, he was treated more like a commodity than a human being. Captain Tench says he rushed to see the captured man just like many others, and he estimated he was about 30 years old, not tall but robustly made, and of a countenance which under happier circumstances he thought could display manliness and sensibility, but instead had excessive agitation as crowds flocked around him. I think anyone would be excessively agitated in that sort of situation. Tench also says that Arabanoo's voice was soft and musical, and he was able to learn English words quite quickly. For example, when a print of Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Cumberland was shown to him, Arabanoo called out "woman," a name which he'd just been taught in reference to female convicts. Tench also assumes that when he observed Arabanoo being courteous to women, that this was a sign that his terror was wearing off, which is a point I find quite interesting because there are so many missing variables here. Like maybe Arabanoo was fawning, maybe he thought the women had the power to free him. After all, male domination is not a consistent thing in our Indigenous communities. Or maybe he was just so used to being courteous to everyone, but he was just too frightened of the soldiers to express that part of him while they were keeping him captive. Now, overall, I've got to say, Arabanoo seems like he was a really resilient person. And some insights into his character are really quite lovely. There was a time when he touched a bell, an object he'd never seen before, and initially he was startled and a bit astonished, but afterwards, he'd worked out how the bell worked, and what was making the noise, he started laughing. I'm going to leave it there for this second video, and I'll continue in the next one.